Welcome to Elianashope. My name is Nikki Jacobs, and I am here to encourage, empower, and enlighten your spirit being through body and mind oneness. I'm so excited that you're joining me today. I wanted to discuss my wonderful webinar that I had last night called My Self-Worth is Determined by Me. Some of my viewers were not able to attend, so I wanted to give a little synopsis, I guess, of what we discussed. First, I want to start by saying that I really had an issue growing up with my self-worth and my self-esteem and self-respect. I didn't believe that I was worth anything. I thought that I was a failure at everything. I was really lost, and I was in a dark place of thinking that I wasn't worth anything. So this topic is really, really huge for me because I believe that we all have moments and we all go through certain areas in our lives where we just don't feel up to par with things, and I believe we all should feel worthy because we all are. We are all destined for greatness, and we are all designed with a purpose in mind. So I'm excited to share this with you. So I want to start by saying, all right, so how I got into this. My first positive affirmation that I did, and I talk about this in my blog, which I hope to add the link to so that you can read it. I was featured on herfuture.com and My Conscious Living, which was really exciting for me. But anyway, I talk about self-worth, and I talk about my journey in self-worth. And my first encounter with positive affirmations was when I was getting counseling in college, and my counselor wanted me to write down all the negative things I say about myself. And I noticed that I say a lot of negative things, and not just negative things, but really hurtful things, things that you would never say to people ever in your life. You say it to yourself, though, and so that's really what got me started on realizing the negative thought patterns that I had going through my head and starting to change them into positive. So my first affirmation that I did was, I am beautiful. And very simple, 3 words, very simple, but this shook me to my core. I didn't believe that I was beautiful. I suffered with acne growing up, and I still deal with it, but it's not as big of a deal as it was growing up. But yeah, I really dealt with that, and I just really could not stand the way that I looked. And when you have people tell you, "Oh, you're cute, you got a nice body, but you just need to fix your face," when you hear that, you're just like, that kind of like that really shuts you down pretty much. But anyway, so 3 words: I am beautiful. It took me about a good 45 minutes to get these words out. And I was looking in the mirror, and I was crying. I was bawling uncontrollably. I could not get the words out. I could not get. I was just. I was just. I couldn't say it. I couldn't get it out. So 45 minutes go by. I've cried all I could cry. All the tears are out. I'm completely drained. And I finally whispered the words, "I am beautiful." And that was the start of my transformation into loving myself. And now it's easy to say those words. It's easy to say that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made because I now know my self-worth and I know who I am. So a few things that we must talk about in order to really understand self-worth is your feelings towards yourself. That's basically, in a nutshell, what it means. No one can make you feel any way unless you allow them to make you feel that way. So that's one thing that I want to drive home, that this is your responsibility. Your self-worth, your self-respect, your self-esteem is your responsibility, and you are accountable for it. And if you want people to perceive you as one thing, then you have to love yourself, and you have to give light to yourself. So the first thing that we will say is the power of the attitude of yourself. So if you think that you're a horrible person, if you have the negative reel playing in your head, then that's what people pick up on. That's the energy that they get, and that's what they're going to think. So you have to really start to think within yourself, all right, what are the negative things that I'm saying about myself, and change them. Reflect on those things, figure out where they stem from, how they came to be, and then change them and start to use positive affirmations in bringing those things up. Second, you need to trust your feelings. You understand what makes you tick. You understand why you feel the way that you feel. And if you don't, you need to explore these feelings, and you need to reflect on why they make you feel, or what triggered something and what makes you feel the way that you do. And own your feelings. Own them, express them, use them, and move on. Don't stay stuck in your feelings, because that only brings more darkness. If you need to feel nervous, if you need to feel um, angry or upset or something, feel the emotion, feel the fear or whatever, and let it go. Do not let it fester within your being. Um, Third thing, analyze yourself. This is a easy but hard tip. So you need to start to figure out who you are, what you want in life, who you are in this world, what you want to contribute. What are your skills? What are your talents? Ask yourself these questions, and it's going to be hard. For the longest time, I had no idea what my talents and my skills were. You always get asked those questions at a job interview or your job application, and I was like, I don't know. But you have to ask yourself these deep questions. Pray and meditate on them, and as you start to open up to a new way of thinking, you'll start to be given those little things that will help you to hone in on what your talents and your skills are. So that's really important. Also, telling yourself that you matter is really important. And then showing up for yourself. So positive affirmations are really great, and they really do mind work, for, thinking positively and, starting to put that out into the world. But unless you show yourself that you matter, so if I say every morning, I am beautiful, but I get up and I don't, shower, I don't do my hair, I don't, put a little makeup on, I don't, do the necessary things that could help me feel beautiful about myself. If I don't do those things, then what's the point? What's the point of saying I'm beautiful if I don't feel that I am beautiful? So you have to start showing up for yourself. If you say I am great, I'm destined for greatness, well, how are you showing up for yourself in that way? How are you showing yourself that you are great? So that's one of those things that you definitely have to do, is actions speak louder than words, so act. Also, value yourself enough, regardless of your job or your status. So in our society, we believe, well, some of us believe that, your finances determine how important you are, determine how successful you are, or, your job determines, how much respect you get. And that is so not true. We are all worth greatness, and we are all worthy to be loved and to be respected. And we have to get out of that mindset of, oh, because you make, over $1 million, you're special. No. We are all special. So if you've ever been at a dinner party or somewhere and someone asks you what you do, and you say, oh, I'm just a school teacher, or I'm just a bus driver or something like that, get that out of your head. You are everything that you were supposed to be. God created you with a purpose, with a mindset, and you got to use it. So don't let anyone make you feel, or don't let society make you feel that you are unworthy and unimportant because of your job status. And the last tip is to follow through. And this could be the hardest thing, because this work is a practice. It's not something that's going to happen in a day. It's not something that you're going to wish into existence. It's not something that's going to happen in a week. This is a practice, and it's going to take patience, and it's going to take love for yourself in order to continue on this journey. I am still on my practice. I still work to make sure that I am respecting myself and loving myself enough in order to do what is required of me. And there are still times where I get triggered, where things from my past trigger the old me to come up and to feel like I am less than. And that's when I have to check those things and say, hold up, that's not me anymore. Why am I feeling this way? Start to understand the feeling, go back, see where it came from, all right, and move forward. Um, so if you do all of these things, I'm certain that these things will help you on your journey to self-love and self-worth. I'm so excited that you joined me again. If you like this video, please like it, punch it, and share it with all of your friends and family. Also, go to my website, www.elianashope.webs.com, and subscribe so you can get all the weekly updates, and so you will know when we post videos and when we do vlogs and everything. And you can, of course, subscribe to this channel if you like it. Once again, I want to thank you so much for just being a wonderful, wonderful audience. And as always, stay blessed. This is Eliana's Hope.